all the creatures in the world, the most likely to eat you is Australia's saltwater crocodile. But Tommy Nichols has two other reasons to fear them. They're dangerous as hell, and he has to catch them before they catch you. A brand new series from the front line of Darwin's crocodile crisis. The Croc Catchers NT, next on National Geographic Channel.
I'm Ben Britton and we're up here at the Australian Reptile Park up on the central coast of New South Wales to do a shoot with the big Elvis, the saltwater crocodile. So we're doing some promos for Croc Catchers, which is a new series coming up in September. And so we're looking forward to getting in with him and doing some shooting.
Saltwater crocs or salties are the largest crocs in the world. And up in the top end, the croc catchers deal with a huge population that almost outnumbers the residents of Darwin. Luckily, we only had the one to deal with.
So this is the rig Sam and the boys have just been setting up with a bunch of GoPros, as you can see, roll on, big series of them, which is what we're going to try and use to get the shots of Elvis, the big salty, when he's coming up out of the water and doing all this type of stuff. Nat Geo ingenuity at work. Look, rubber bands take on the force of a couple of ton croc. I can't really see what could go wrong.
Getting the shots we needed meant putting the cameras within striking distance of Elvis, something we definitely don't recommend trying at home. But at the end of the day, taking a risk paid off. Like these unique time splice shots, allowing us to freeze the action in mid-air.
That was cool.
You can catch all the action in the Croc Catchers NT, Mondays at 8 on National Geographic Channel.
Now, this weekend, we've got a bit of an adventure ahead of us. We're heading to the Northern Territory, to Darwin, to go and experience what it's like to be a croc catcher as part of Foxtel's new show, Croc Catchers.
Yep.
And we're going to go up there. Hopefully, Rachel will survive.
I'm excited. I love crocodiles.
Oh, but I am going to dress you up as a chicken.
Oh,
which
that's
they love.
pity.
And it's so authentic. You know, I've bought my croc thongs to wear. No, I have. I'm serious.
If you
It
wear
sounds like a
Crocs-
joke. I've got my croc thongs to go and see the crocs.
You expect us to be seen in public with you in those things?
Oh, God. Well, we've got a real expert who's going to explain how quickly you will be killed by a crocodile, Julian. And it's Ben Britton from Nat Geo. How are you, mate? Welcome to the show.
Looking
Welcome.
forward to your trip up north.
Really
Love it.
excited.
We're going to have a bit of a practice warm-up this afternoon.
Yeah, you've brought a crocodile in.
Yeah, we've got little Charlie with us, who's only a couple of foot long, so we didn't want to start you off with anything too big.
We wouldn't get a full-size croc in the elevator, mate.
So, yeah, the box is a bit small, actually. But even with this little guy, we did a bite force test with Charlie. I'll tell you this before you have a go. On Nat Geo Wild last year, he's got 450 kilos of closing pressure in his jaws at this size.
Wow. So
And
what
so
does the full-grown croc have then?
That's a couple of ton. And so if he grabs your hand, that's, you can imagine 450 kilos, that's like all of us here jumping on your hand with lots of little teeth attached to the bottom of our foot.
Well, let's do that. Let's try it on right now.
So now you've explained that. Now we're going to get him out.
Let me ask you, is it if a full-size croc chomped onto my arm with that kind of bite force, is that like a clean through bone one slice?
The way their
kind of?
teeth are designed, you've got the top and bottom jaw, and the teeth come together and they actually form perforations. So it's a bit like, paper towel,
Yes.
where you tear on the paper towel.
Yes.
That's what crocs do with their teeth. They make these perforations.
They turn you into a handy wipe.
Yeah, so basically, or toilet paper, tearing the toilet paper, you might need it if one grabs you. He grabs a hold, whatever's on the inside stays on the inside, and the rest just gets shaken off.
Wow.
And so if he gets your arm, he's going to keep your arm, and the rest of you can hold on to.
Oh, thanks for that. Appreciate it.
So what you're saying essentially is you'd lose your arm.
Oh, good times.
Yeah. So
Is Charlie a salty or a freshwater croc?
he's a salty. So saltwater estuarine. They've got two different names. So they're the largest living reptile, go up to about 6.5, 7 metres long. And so hopefully you'll see up north, there's still a few 4.5, 5 metre salties about. And so he's still got a lot of growing to do.
The NT News up there wouldn't sell papers if it wasn't for salty crocs, would it?
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, today, the big story is that they found a salty that's been living on a diet of fish and chips.
Nice.
Someone's been feeding this crocodile fish and chips for the last 7 months.
Newspaper and all just takes it down.
It's a huge story up in the NT.
Okay, well, of course it is.
Well, I should be surprised or shocked or even upset to just go,
That's front page news in the Northern Territory. Okay, Ben, I'm about to try and pick up Charlie, so maybe we'll just go to a song and we'll come back and then I will meet little Charlie.
Yes, we'll be back in a sec, and we promise to make it snappy.
You're an idiot.
Crocodile, snap, snap.